Friends, Namaskar. Today I present to you the life story of Suraiya, one of the great personalities of Hindi films, great beauty, great actor, great singer, and the great Suraiya. Born in Lahore in June 1929, Suraiya Jamal Sheikh was just 6 when she began singing for AIR in Bombay, where her parents had moved in 1930. Aged just 7, she acted in her first film, Madam Fashion, produced by Nargis' mother, Jatin Bai, and had accompanied a relative to the shoot of the film Taj Mahal in 1941, when she caught the eye of the director and was cast as the young Mumtaz Mahal. Meanwhile, her AIA singing stint had brought her to the attention of music director Naushad, a newcomer trying to establish himself in the industry, and he made 13-year-old Suraiya sing even though she needed to stand on a stool to reach the microphone. She also came to the attention of Devika Rani, who gave her a contract, and even Sehgal, who handpicked her for what would be some of his last films. However, she refused to sing duets with him, believing she was no match for him as a singer. Surya came into the limelight with Anmol Ghadi in 1946, where she stood her ground opposite fellow singing superstar Noor Jahan. With Noor Jahan leaving in India in 1947, Suraiya not only became a top female star but also the highest paid in the late 40s and the early 50s. Her looks of the girl next door, with a slight air of innocence, only added to her charm. This was complemented by her voice with an undertone of hesitation and tentativeness, but sounding as melodious as tinkling bells. This was the reason why fruit vendors claimed that their wares came from Suraiya ka khet, implying they were sweet. Yet at the peak of her career, where she had a close but eventually star-crossed relationship with co-star Devanand and had a visiting Gregory Peck look her up at her home and spend hours chatting after her, Suraiya gradually began reducing films and withdrawing from the limelight. While part of this had to do with her having to abandon Devanand due to family pressure, where religion was cited as the reason, but the fact that she was the family's sole earning member also played a role. The advent of playback singing, the changing rhymes of life, and her own will health too proved their roles. However, she shone in Mirza Ghalib in 1954 as she brought Ghalib's ghazals to life for the modern generation and was complimented for it by no less than Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, who at the film's premiere in New Delhi told her, "लड़की तुमने गालिब की रूह को जिंदा कर दिया." Nearly 4.5 decades later, it was Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee who honored her for the same role at a special function in New Delhi in 1998 to mark the bicentenary of Ghalib's birth. However, still in her mid-30s, she turned her back fully on the tinsel world after Rustam-e Shohrab in 1963 and spent the remainder of her life in sporadic contact with some of the old colleagues and appearing at the odd function but never singing in public again. Suraiya, who passed away in 2004 after 4 decades in quiet and peaceful obscurity, was the third and last of Indian film's singing superstars after K.L. Sehgal and Noor Jahan, but went on to outpace them. In her heyday, she needed a police team deployed outside her home, given the crowds thronging the area for a chance glimpse, made fans bunk work or classes to catch the first show of her new films, and had to stop attending her film premieres to avoid frenzied fames. However, her memory lives in her 338 odd songs in 67 films between 1936 and 1963, such as मन लेता है अगड़ई in अनमोल घड़ी, तू मेरा चांद में तेरी चांदनी in दिल लगी, for which Dharmendra watched this film multiple times. मनमुरा हुआ मतवाला in Afsar, the gently philosophical ये मौसम और ये तन्हाई इन दास्तान, and then आहो चाहिए उमर असर होना तक, and duet Dilo Nadan with Talat Mahmood and Mirza Ghali. But her swan song and unintended epithet was Ye Kaisi Ajab Dastan is in Rustam Sohrab, especially when she sings बुझा दो बुझा दो बुझा दो सितारों की शम्में बुझा दो. Her movies are available on YouTube for you to watch. Thanks for watching.